In today's video, we're going to briefly talk about what you should do if Amazon suspends your Prime account because you're using it to dropship. You want to still, even if you're using Prime now and you haven't been suspended, is you want to list products that are relatively high, right? So you don't want to be listing like $9 products, $15 products, $25 products. I'm not specifically sure what the threshold is for free shipping when you don't have Prime. I believe it's somewhere like $35 or $40. So just do a quick Google search and you'll be able to find it. But the key here is whether you're using a Prime account or not using a Prime account, if Amazon is your supplier, you should ideally be going after products that are at least at that threshold of $35 or $45 or $40, excuse me, so that if for whatever reason Amazon does suspend your Prime account in the future, there's no guarantee that it will happen also. Like I've done probably 10,000 plus transactions on one of my Prime accounts. I have two, and it's fully intact, no issues with it, right? But if for whatever reason you do face that issue in the future, you'll still be able to buy those products without an account, without a Prime account, and get free shipping. The only difference there is you obviously won't get it within, 2 to whatever it is these days, like 1 to 5 days with your Prime account. Instead, it'll probably be a little bit longer of shipping times to your customer, but it's still gonna be relatively quick and you'll still get free shipping, so your margins will stay intact. That's first and foremost, okay? The next thing is try an Amazon business account, right? So I've heard that if you use an Amazon Prime business account, you get all the benefits of Prime, and typically it's safer than using just a normal, Prime like customer account, right? And so if you use that, again, I have no experience with this. I've talked about this in another video, so I have no specific experience with this. I don't have a Prime business account, but I've heard through the grapevine that typically they don't get suspended as frequently, okay? So that's something that you could try out, that's something that you could play with, and hopefully, you don't face this issue on either of them, but if you do face the issue on a Prime normal buyer account, and for whatever reason you can't set up another one that works, you can try a Prime buyer account, and I've heard that that works a little bit better as well, okay? And the last key point here is don't solely rely on Amazon as your supplier. I've talked about this in so many videos. I'm not saying don't use Amazon, okay? There's a reason a lot of beginners go to Amazon. There's a reason a lot of people use Amazon as a supplier. It's a no-brainer. There's literally millions of products. I actually don't know how many products, but let's assume that there's millions of products. There's a lot, okay, without putting a number on it. So there's a lot of products, obviously, in so many different niches. You can get free shipping. It's a reliable supplier that's easy to file returns with. So it's a no-brainer to use them. I'm not saying don't use them, but don't solely rely on them, okay? You should mix and match. Use the tips that I've given you in obviously tip number 1. So list a little bit higher products. If you're constantly selling the same product that's like $9 and shipping it all over the country hundreds of times, that's probably gonna set off a red flag. And also, you have to look at it from a business standpoint from Amazon, right? They probably have an algorithm that detects these things, number 1, but also they're looking at from a business standpoint of like, are you a profitable customer even if you're doing this, right? Well, if you're constantly shipping lower priced items, then you're no longer a profitable customer using their Prime service. If you're not, then it's more logistically advantageous for them because they can still ship those products giving you free shipping because they're more expensive and they're getting a higher percentage, a higher fee from the actual seller because the price is higher on those, okay? So those are just little tidbits of information. I really hope that they help, but those are the 3 things that you can do to address the fact that either there's a risk with your Prime buyer account getting suspended potentially in the future, or if it's happened to you already, these are things that you can do actively today and focus on so that hopefully it doesn't happen again or never happens to you in the future at all.